How you doing, everybody? Westy here. This is April 20th, 2020. What a tumultuous year it has been thus far. Now, I have status updates. I do have things I wanted to talk about just to get off my chest. Uh, my promotion, I've been keeping a low profile on it. I upgraded to logistics at Amazon. Working graveyard shifts, 10 hours a night. I never got to update that from my last video, but I've been in this position for about 5 months now. It was a learning curve, especially when I didn't have any hands-on training prior. They threw me into the fires during peak season, which is, for those of you who don't know, um, the end of the year, Black Friday sales, holiday rush shopping, that kind of stuff. So with that, I had to completely erase what I knew before. I mean, I started out just like pulling pallets from around the building, like all over the building. And if you're just a seasonal log spec, is the short term for them, then that's what you're going to be doing with your time for the most part. You're just going to be a water spider for like the whole building. But once you upgrade, you learn the intricacies of uh, attaching a trailer in the system, checking people in, checking them out, um, keeping tabs with like the carriers is what they're called. They sit at like a separate table. Amazon employs third-party companies to have like the people work at those companies come in and they're the ones that give the routes to the drivers. We just have a whole route book that I think they plan, and there's a main HQ somewhere in the middle of the country where they all operate that kind of stuff. But our job is to pretty much make sure they have all their pallets for all their stops, and if they don't, we're on that ass like white on rice, boy. You better believe. Doggy. Yeah. So, and it definitely requires you to talk to people more. And with these kind of jobs, it comes with the territory. You have to learn how to spot a bullshitter too. And there's quite a bit of those nowadays. All shapes, all sizes, all colors. Some of them may be living with you. Some of them, they may be influencing the very most minute detail that you think you're consciously doing yourself, but, you know, in the back of your head, it always feels like someone's pulling the strings. That's my outlook on it. But with that, I'm gonna impart more stories in the future about that kind of position. And this was just to get me started, because at first I wanted to get the yard specialist position because they had permanent positions open for that a year ago. Instead, they opted to just say, hey, those positions are full, but we have a logistics specialist. You want to apply for that? And I'm like, alright, send me the offer letter, I'll sign it. And, it really wasn't any kind of interview. They just hired me on the spot. And you had to learn as you go. It's with the thing with these big conglomerates, when everyone's just a number, uh, they'll hide at first their feelings. All right, how do I put this? When it comes down to brass tacks, you're just a number in these fucking companies. It should be known. I mean, everyone already knows that, right? But I'm going to impart some tips too if you decide to enter this career. If you just want to start out, don't bust your ass for anybody. Go at your own pace. You don't get paid enough to rush yourself into a frenzy. You don't get paid enough to cause injury to yourself. And you most certainly don't get paid enough to be talked down to by people who somehow thinking they have an authoritative power in the most mundane job that a monkey could do, that they think that they're going to dictate to you. It's hilarious. Don't stand for any of that. Those are my tips. But in the near future, I'll impart some more wisdom if you're gonna try to enter this job, just as a starting point. Still looking into trade schools. As you know, I want to be a journeyman electrician. At least kind of do something hands-on as a starting career. Branch my way out from there and network. I had someone when my car broke down a while ago. He had this offer for like this pipe fitters meeting, and that they'd be hiring. It was a big hiring event. Slipped out on that. Whenever these kinds of things arise, people don't miss out on that. Whenever there's an opportunity for you to learn a mechanical skill or to be in some kind of apprentice situation, 10 times out of 10, take that. You know, unless you went to some liberal arts kind of college, community college, you want to further your studies in the STEM field, something to that degree, more power to you. If you're going to art school, I hate to break it to you, but you're gonna need something that you at least have some kind of inertia of expertise in. You want to get the momentum building into something, even if it totally disinterests you. Learn something to the most minimalist level. You know, you gotta have some kind of redeeming qualities other than being like a failed Photoshop artist or illustrator, Adobe Illustrator. I gotta shave soon. But yeah, they don't teach you these kind of things when you're thrown out into the fray. You gotta choose your own framework and work from there. But everybody's capable of doing it. Nobody wants to, but only very few want to put the effort in. And if you're in a group of people that it's a constant negative driving force, it's not anybody trying to uplift anybody or to get them in a better position in life, then you tell them to kick rocks. You're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to grow up really, really quick if you want to survive out here. But with this virus, this bioweapon, this attempt to lower the population, some can consider it an ethnic cleansing if you were to really look into it. But don't, because YouTube doesn't like that. Bad terms. No words. You said the no words. That's gonna be 10 years in the clink for you, buddy boy Buster. Who do you think you are, saying those kinds of things on the internet of all places? You really think you have a right to an opinion on an open network, open resource internet forum, on a website that we own? Who is we? Who is who? Alright. I'll keep you guys entertained in the future, too. I do have some pretty radical lessons I've learned that I think anybody can benefit from. But with this virus, I'm still busting my ass out here, but I am keeping clean, making sure I sate those concerns right now. I do wanna throw a little hot piece out there. As soon as you sanitize, you're pretty much throwing in the towel. You're pretty much just asking old death to be knocking at your door. So, don't, of course, keep clean, because this can spread into your hair follicles, open hair follicles, oxygen can, a puff of clouds, get on your skin. Of course, be sure you're washing and you're keeping some kind of protection over your face. If you're not, you're part of the problem. Don't be these idiots socializing like in places like buttfuck Florida, where they're like, I want to drink and I don't give a fuck. You should. Not for the well-being of yourself, but the well-being of others. Very serious time. And I have tons of articles. Tons of articles about the COVID-19. But I don't let it eat at me anymore. There was a point where I live with a lot older people, so I don't want to bring it back to them. That's why it's like as soon as I get home, just wipe everything down, scrub. But I'm just throwing out some good vibes in a timeline that can more or less be considered dreary. So for those of you still busting your ass out here during this crisis time, you know, you're gonna earn a special place in heaven. I can tell you that much. And if you're atheist, if you're one of these kinds of people where you can't fathom a holy type of spirit or a holy divine kind of energy, I'd say just start praying, just start reading the Bible a bit, even if you're 100% against it. Which you don't, you know. Let me say it let me phrase it like this. You don't know what's good for you till you try it. You know, you keep your spirits high. You read something that is naturally written to be spiritual. I'm starting to read C.S. Lewis again, Paralundrum, his sci-fi series. It was recommended from a couple people I follow. I'm going to be getting into reading books. Read books, by the way, people. If you're just sitting at home doing nothing and not working and being dreary, get into books. Perfectly capable of doing it. Alright. Stay safe with this virus, people. Don't do anything stupid. Don't be compulsive about it, but be reasonable. Because at the end of the day, the healthiest pigs are the ones that roll around in shit. To put it bluntly. And that's quoting somebody. But, for the most part, if you keep your spirits high during this event, don't let it eat at you. You got really nothing to worry about. The shit's gonna last up until September to October. Possibly further than that. I theorize it's gonna last until March of next year. And I have some further evidence to back that up that I will be sharing soon. And that update video for the respirator is coming soon, so you can look forward to that. I still do want to work on that documentary. All this stuff's in the pipeline. Just give me time. For those of you who follow my music, I don't advertise it on this channel, but there's a mixtape in the works. I'm writing things. If you keep busy, then you won't let the plague, negative plasticity affect you. You won't let the demonic energy get to you. Well, I'm going to keep this one pretty brief. 15 minutes is pretty brief for me, because I have all these Shatner-esque pauses, if you'll excuse me. But yeah, more to come soon. I'm going to be giving a COVID... I don't think I'm going to follow that trend. Well, that about sums this up. Just know, as soon as you sanitize, you're eliminating the good bacteria in your body that will naturally fend off this strain. Now, it does come down to whose immune system is superior. There's many factors to it than just that, because as you know, this is not even just a strain of the SARS virus. It has HIV transmission and, you know, all sorts of weird strains, weird, crazy, kooky stuff. But that about wraps it up, everybody. This is your friend Westy. I got more stuff coming soon. So take care. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. See you all soon. Stay positive, people. We'll get through this. 2020. Gonna be a great year. Woo! See ya.